Yo, what up, what up, what up? All praises to the Most High, man. Check, 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 check. Alright, we're starting the incentive. So this is an incentive period. I'll get into more details, but we got the school up and going, so got training. So you got schools, you got school, then you got training, then developing in a couple other areas, man. So, everybody this, you know what I'm saying, y'all, basically, if you want to be in, just email me, at Joshua Manuel, at gmail.com, and, I can, you know what I'm saying, give you the other information. So, like I said, I'm not forcing nobody to be in it or a part of it. So you want to be in it, you know what I'm saying, hit me up, and then we'll go from there. We got a lot of different areas that's open, you know what I'm saying, at the start. And so I'm just really just taking my time moving forward. As I said earlier, so this is the incentive. So it's the incentive period. So weekly we'll be having meets, training, like little music things, little skits and stuff like that. Plus the, you know what I'm saying, weekly school stuff. So blessings, all praise to the Most High. I thank Him for His many blessings and everything that's coming in. Remember, stay focused on being quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Keep the devil out your house. You know what I'm saying? Stop arguing, fussing, fighting over studious things, like things that don't make sense. If you love somebody, tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest things within the rural area. So one of the biggest things in the rural area, we're taught in a area of pride. Like the older generation used to say, you know what I'm saying, you gotta go through like we went through. No, that's the whole point of y'all going through, so we don't go through it. Or we'll be still in just flat slavery right now. If, you know what I'm saying, if the forefathers hadn't did what they had, if the forefathers hadn't did what they did in the first place to help us get to where we are now, it's kind of like spitting in their face if we in our own house fighting amongst ourselves. If you want to be with somebody else, be with somebody else. If you want to be with that person, be with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, I want to say bad mind, but everybody don't know what that mean. So, me, I'm not for the bad mind nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on my stuff, focusing on what I need to do to achieve what I need to get done. Now, whoever I've helped out throughout the period, whether you didn't, you know what I'm saying, looked on my page, you didn't came on YouTube, you didn't heard me talking, whatever, like that's really just a blessing to you. But how can a team or a empire grow if they don't, like, you know what I'm saying, freely give, freely help, you know what I'm saying? So you can hit me up on Cash App. Any donations would be $ Yah King, the letter J, all together in one sequence. So that's the thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Donations of any size is, you know what I'm saying, is welcome because of what we're basically aiming at and focused towards. And community wise, how can we build a community being selfish? You really can't. It takes money to make money, one. And it takes a team. If you don't have a team, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have nobody to really work with, you ain't got nothing. Like, still, you'll have to figure out other ways to better that and develop that. So working by myself right now is, like, it hurt at times, but I understand it now. Why I gotta work alone. But it makes it easier to, like, kind of cut everything else out so that, like, you know what I'm saying, nobody else get blamed for anything. If something go wrong, like, it got something to do with me. You know what I mean? So alleviating a lot of other people, unless we dealing with like army, military, but directives. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that pretty much that area by myself. Reason being is because, like, in the past I had a lot of people that I would let them do, you know what I'm saying, move in a certain area, and then, like, I spent most of my time, like, trying to clean up what they done messed up. because they, you know what I'm saying, they feel like they can just do whatever. And it's like you really like I can't. I can, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? So there's a certain level of restraint or a certain level of discipline that you have to be moving in these areas. So as the Byzantine Empire begins to stand and rise and develop throughout the world, we gotta understand like who we are and what we're given. Too much is given, much is required of. It requires of you not to act a fool. It requires of you to deal with what others can't deal with most of the time. It requires you to be diligent and faithful and understanding with each other. Because we are supposed to show what the world don't do. They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But in some senses, when it come down to money, oh yeah, they'll do that. They'll look out for each other. If you're on a team and money coming in, yeah, they got you because the money coming in. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with the Byzantine Empire. Like we have an overflux. Like we're gonna have more than enough. But the whole point of it is like one, I'm really not going and really dealing with too many. That's really just all about the money. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Because that means what will come into play at times will be like, well, if I give you this much money, do this. And I was like, nah, it's we not on that. We own whatever God gives us. Like we are welcome with that, and then God will give us more. But if you own, well, if I give you, you know what I'm saying, this, will you do this? Or will you, it's what you do for money that's the root of all evil. It's not money itself that's the root of all evil. It's the betrayals that people will do for money. It's the lies that people will say for money. It's the deceitful ways that actually pinpoints when it comes down to money. So it's not money itself, it's what you will do for money. That's the lesson today. Don't be don't be manipulated by money. Like all the money in the world, you can have all the money in the world and then mess around and get something that money can't fix. And it's not going, you know what I'm saying, unless God come in and help, it's not gonna do anything. So in the Byzantine Empire, like we're dealing with the rural areas, the areas that like they ain't had no money like that. So it gotta definitely be governed a certain way, or it's just gonna be a bunch of money being wasted. And of course, you like the security measures is making sure whatever's going out is coming back in a certain manner. So that's the seriousness of why we go to a level of okay, the White House and going into the place of that way we have access and we're moving into an area. Okay, we got access to internal revenue. So if somebody not paying something, then they can just go and garnish whatever that is supposed to be taken care of amongst the family because this is, you know what I'm saying, it's the family of God. So it's the same way. So it's not to like hold people down or keep people in these, you know what I'm saying, certain areas. It's to really uplift them, and then we're supposed to be a team. So you gotta learn how to be a team. Team is not, I see what you got, but I'm afraid that if you get this, then like I'm gonna lose all my followers or something. Like that's not what we supposed to be on. It takes a village. Like this is the people of God, bro. Like the ones that don't, that's not, they're not gonna see it this way. So I'm just merely speaking what God tell me to speak. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, this ain't just about me. It's about everybody. So the same rules go for me. Um, when you hear, your focus is development within the nation and the people. So each one teach one. If you a mom or a dad, then you need to be teaching your son or your daughter because they need to know there needs to be a new norm amongst the rural area so that we can adequately change the names of a rural area to something else. You can't change the name of a rural area if you're still doing rural stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Yo. Shh. Yo. Okay. You know I'm talking to you. Go get in the corner. I told you about looking at people like that. Next thing you know, you be telling your mama something you ain't got no business. Go over there and get in the corner. I'll do something about it in a minute. And you get into these areas, and then like parents know your children. Like when you dealing with children, if you tell them to go somewhere or tell them to go do something, even if you and this person is like y'all may be at odds, if they put the kid in the corner or something, the kid is not in the situation. So y'all not taking nothing out on the kid. The kid still gotta be trained. So we gotta keep the same energy. When you mad and upset, if you want this man to be in this child's life, y'all can't come and just like pull the child out the corner or tell them that they ain't gotta listen to them. Vice versa, males, y'all can't do that either. If y'all gonna do that, then keep it that way from like period. It's gonna have to be like, all right, I'm gonna deal with my kids, you deal with your kids. That's kind of crazy way to be talking about it, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, some people may actually work that way. I don't know, but that's not how you teach them, because what they look is, okay, if I can get them arguing and fussing and turn on each other, then we can get to do whatever we want. Keep that chaos out your house. I don't care how mad you get at the next person. Don't go, you know what I'm saying? Don't go grabbing their stuff. Don't go pushing on them, hitting them. If you upset, you mad, take your behind outside. Take you a breather. Why you out there? Google something that got to do with what your situation is through God. So just say anger. God, how do I deal with anger? You can Google that. Google the stuff, man. These phones are meant for more than just what I'm doing right now, which is like, some people would say video blogging or whatever. These phones are used for more than that. So use your aids. Y'all got aids. Use the aid that you have. Meaning you're not by yourself. You need help out of a situation. You feel in a certain way. Everybody's told the same thing that do believe. It's in the scripture somewhere. God, okay, where in the Bible does it talk about this? And if you don't get it, then you can write down some stuff to figure out what it actually means and how it can apply and how you need to apply it to your life. A lot of the times with y'all having the problems in y'all relationship is generational curses. If you was in a family that every time they got married, everybody got a divorce. Everybody got a divorce. Everybody got a divorce. Then 9 times out of 10, even if you move in a certain way, then that's something that's gonna try to like affect your house. Okay, if you was in a house where it's like you don't even know who your parents really were, so you was like either adopted out or like maybe your aunties or uncles or somebody got a hold of you, like whatever it is, or like some stuff that happened and your grandparents actually raised you and your dad and somebody been in jail all this time, and whatever your situation is, those are areas that you gotta go to God. You can't fix that by yourself. It's gonna cause you to be in this situation where it's like you're gonna want to fight with the man because you're gonna think it's the man's fault, and it's not the man's fault. It ain't even your fault. The whole thing of it is the devil don't like what? He don't like marriage. So he gonna try to break it up. When you get married or when you get in relationships, y'all supposed to be in relationships to have each other back. Through the good time and the bad. No matter what, y'all supposed to have each other back. When y'all have kids, y'all still gotta make sure these kids are taken care of, bro. That means y'all need to stop this extra, like this ridiculousness of taking off, running off with the kids, men and women. Men don't need to be running off with the kids. The women don't need to be running off the kids. And then, you know what I'm saying, then want to turn around while the man is gone, turn around and say that they deadbeats, they don't want their kids and all this other stuff. If people are confining into you things that got to do with their personal family that they really don't talk to nobody about, last thing you ever want to do, man or woman, is use that or try to use that against them. They may not, like, depending on the person, they might not ever trust you again. They may not. Like, that could be something that actually, like, you know what I'm saying, straw that broke the camel back type situation. So I'm hitting these points because, like, okay, in the teaching area, it's a little bit different because we OJT right now because we got the Byzantine Empire that's on the rise. People that's learning about it, people that ain't got caught on yet. So we still, you know what I'm saying, we still waiting a little bit in these areas. So that's the situation. So we move a certain way so that we have our identification of who we are as a people. So where we used to be known for some would say, excuse my French, some would say fuck ups. Some would say, they don't know how to hold on to nothing. They don't know how to keep their mouth shut. They don't. These are the areas that we need to learn how to talk. Like, I talk a lot, but anyways, it depends. You really got to find out what I'm talking about. And even if I'm talking to you 9 times out of 10, you probably wouldn't even know what I'm talking about unless you're in my system. But anyways, the whole situation is I shouldn't have to explain a lot of things to you because you're supposed to be studying to show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth. Same thing that I went through, same thing everybody else is like going through for the most part. As far as teaching wise. So there's a learning curve. You got to learn how to communicate. Acting a fool is not communicating. I don't care. Getting people stuff, grabbing stuff, throwing stuff, enforcing reactions. That's not getting a true reaction if this person got a temper or not. That's pushing the person button, and it's like testing them. It's like going up in their face and being like, and slapping them and slapping them and slapping them. And then eventually they gonna like, nah, that's what it's like. Even with a female, you hit on the female, eventually they gonna snap. So, you know what I'm saying? When you're in these areas, male nor female need to be putting their hand on each other at all, period. Like, y'all need to cut that. Unless y'all doing like martial arts training and y'all gonna start doing training together, learning how to fight properly so that if y'all are fighting or something or whatever, then it can be beneficial to training and knowing how to defend yourself. That's a different ball game. I would, you know what I'm saying? If y'all are that type of couple that y'all fight like that, then y'all need to get into some martial art classes. You know what I'm saying? Which we will be providing later. But these are the areas that I need y'all to understand. Y'all need to control yourself. You can't control yourself if you get angry and then you just black out. Can't nobody get you to calm down. Then whoever you with, they ain't meant to be with you if they can't calm you down. That's a part of that. You supposed to have enough respect for this person. When they say stop, you supposed to stop. Even if you mad and you pass the point, if they say stop, you should be able to like decline from whatever their situation is and like snap out of it. And that shows more what the person is to you. If that person will not break, they will not stop, they don't mean that much to you. Don't mean that much to them. I'm gonna say that now. Because there's a certain place within people when you really care about somebody, if they telling you, it can snap you back. But if you don't care, they just gonna keep yelling, keep saying whatever they doing. If you ask them to stop, they gonna be like whatever. If you ask them to quit, they gonna keep calling you a bitch. They gonna keep calling you a hoe. They gonna keep calling you whatever they calling you. Like, these are the areas that I'm saying, you know what I mean, where you want to develop a bridge, because this is in a lot of rural area houses. And I want this to stop. Because when you get the money, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be money that's stopping everything.